welcome everyone, first thing in the morning. Parkade, as Moss has said, Parkade have supported UbiCollaborate since the first year. First year was out of obligation, and every year after that I think Moss just signs me up and then tells me later. Parkade and Ubi have always been close. As we've both grown year on year, we've got larger and more complex projects together, and you'll be hearing from a few of those later today. Some of our current and future customers will be talking. So rather than talking at you for 45 minutes, as I have done in previous years, this year I've got the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker. So Bobby Bajram truly embodies resilience and determination. Bobby was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 13 in 1980, the youngest in the world. He has spent the last 45 years living with MS, and despite the challenges of an unpredictable condition, that often means he spends months either in a wheelchair or on walking sticks. He's climbed 4 of the tallest mountains in the world and is currently preparing for a trip to Everest. His story is about endurance, ambition and courage, and it'll serve as a reminder to me to not complain after a long run on a Sunday. So now I'll hand over to the man himself, Bobby Bajram, if you would like to come up and have a chat to us all.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Well, thanks for that. This is my Everest climbing suit that I've climbed all my mountains with. So I'm going to hand it to the front and just pass it around. This is what I've actually climbed all my 4 of the tallest mountains in this suit. It's a suit that's to the level of -80 degrees. And I just wear my thermals, my t-shirt and my pants, whatever it is, and that's it. And that's what I wear. So it's so when I'm in a scenario of -80 degrees, that's what I get. So at Mount Everest, that's the suit that I'll be wearing. So it's made by XTM. So while I'm talking, pass it around, have a feel. It's just something that helps me get up. So it takes away all the frostbite and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. But hello everyone. Hey, hi. I'm Bobby, and I'm one of the most extreme. I don't need that. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, I don't need that. Like, I'm one of the most extreme athletes in the world with a disability. I'm 58 years old. I know I look good. I look good because I got a boob job, a toupee and a facelift. That's why I look good. I'm all manufactured. People at 58 don't look like me, especially with the disability. But what I want to do, I have climbed 4 of the tallest mountains in the world. I've actually climbed a mountain in the tallest mountain in Australia called Mount Kosciuszko. It's 8,000 feet, but I walked up that backwards, and I did that. But you have to climb the tallest mountain in your own country, otherwise, what's the point? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play some videos to you. If you've got questions, just ask me. Just put your hand up, and I'll stop everything and just ask me. I'm sort of a different speaker, so I'll just get everyone involved. If you've got a question, ask me and I'll answer you. I'll answer the questions, and I'll be speaking today for about 4 hours, less 2 hours. So I hope you bought your pillows, because it doesn't get boring, but it gets tiring. So I hope you enjoy it. But this, I'm supported by a lot of people from Jerry Ryan. I don't know if you know Jerry Ryan from Jayco, or Lindsay Fox from Lindsay and Peter Fox, and Greg Oliver, the Fitness and Lifestyle Group, and the Herald and Weekly Times, and 3AW, XTM. I'm sponsored and supported by a lot of people. Mostyn is great to me. So me and Mostyn met in Vietnam about 40 years ago, and he saved my life, and we're mates to this day. So thanks for inviting me.
That's not quite true.
Well, it's a little bit. No, it's not true at all. Thanks for inviting me. You know, it's nice of you to do that. But this, I'm going to play you a video from a lady called Chloe Latanzi, who's Olivia Newton-John's daughter. And Liv Newton-John is a big supporter of mine, and her daughter is to this day. So this is just an encouraging video of her wishing me well for Mount Everest. So this is it.
Hi Bobby, it's Chloe here. I just wanted to wish you luck on your incredible endeavor summiting Mount Everest. You truly are a superhero. I mean, this is an incredible feat. I know you're going to make it to the top, whatever the top is to you. You are going after what most would never dream of doing. I think you're a hero to us all. You're a hero to me. And I can't wait to see you at the next walk. And I think you'll probably win Best Dressed again. Good luck, my darling.
I've got support from all over the world, which is fantastic, and I love representing Australia to the world. This uniform is actually my team's uniform. It's just been made, so I just wore it specially for tonight. So this is what we all got. It's called Bobby Everest. It's the uniform that my whole team. We're going to have a team of about 40 in at Mount Everest, and a guy by the name of. The first guy that climbed Mount, who's the first guy that climbed Mount Everest?
Hillary.
So Edmund Hillary. So, because I'm look, bear with me because I'm medicated heavily, so my memory ain't the best because I just got out of hospital. So, Edmund Hillary had a team of 35, and I've got 40. So I've got hospitals and doctors and everything. So I'm, in case I get sick up there, I'm looked after. And I won't die on Everest. So hopefully I won't die on Everest. But this is me. This is me. Because I die. I physically sort of die. Because what happens is my nerves in my body block the arteries to my heart to stop my heart, and then they put me in an induced coma and get me going in for a couple of weeks, and then they wake me up 2 weeks later, and I say, put me back to dead because I want to finish my beer with Elvis Presley, and then wake me up again. So that's what happens. That's where I'm in hospital now. That over here, see this broken ankle. The Nepali government didn't want to give me a Mount Everest permit because they said you're that famous. If you die on Everest, it's bad for our brand. So they made something called a triple, which is virtually impossible to do, climbing 3 of the tallest mountains in the world by a certain time, which is 18 days. And if you make it in 18 days, they'll give you the permit. If you don't, they won't give you the permit. So they made me do that. And did I make it? Yes, I did, but there's a story about how I made it. So, it's a very, very big deal. But look, to get to Everest, you need sponsors because it costs a lot of money. It's nearly $1 million to send me. If anybody's going to climb with the team, it'll be about 150,000, but me, it's nearly $1 million because I need Sherpas and doctors and helicopters waiting, and it's just horrendous. And with Everest, there's a 2-week period that you can climb Mount Everest. That's from about May the 10th to May the 24th. It's in between that 2-week period, and the weather's got to be right. If the weather's not right, you miss out on climbing. You go the next year. But you can't climb later on because the monsoon's coming in and it's about 250 kilometre winds and it'll blow you off the mountain and then you'll die. So, so that's what happens. But to get to Everest, you need sponsors. It's very expensive. So I actually made 10,000 phone calls for 120 sponsors, and it took me 8 years. Persistence. And I never ever got upset with the hearing no, because I say for every no you get, you one step closer to a yes. Because if you spell no backwards, you get on, which is a yes. So that's what I speak at sales presentations and this is sports and sales and business. It's all the same theories. It's about persistence. But this next video, can we do the next video? Because this is one that I spoke to international CEOs around the world, and have a look at this. This is a lot of fun. Can I sit down a little bit? Because I'm a little bit...
Bobby Bajram Summit.
I made, and for all you business people here, I made 10,000 phone calls for 120 sponsors, which means I got 9,818 no's. I did, no shit. And I always say, for every no you get, you're one step closer to a yes. I love no. If you say no to me, I'll come hug you and kiss you. I love it.
Bobby's one of the most extreme athletes in the world with a disability.
To climb up there, it's done to minus 80 degrees.
Bobby will be the first person to summit Mount Everest with a severe disability. He will be the oldest person in the world with a disability to have also completed that climb.
They can't touch me because if they touch you, it's an assisted climb. So they can just talk to you. They can't touch you. So they're going, Bobby, yeah.
5 metres, Bobby.
So I can't move now. My MS has got me, I'm blind, I can't see. Here we go. Come on, everybody. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Here we go.
Bobby Bajram!
People ask me when you're on the summit, how do you get down? And I say, well, it's either by lift or escalators, but I actually have sailed down this summit. And that's it. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Because that's basically, if you don't have money to go anywhere, you can't go and do what I do. But there's my official certificate around the world for being one of the most extreme athletes in the world. And everybody know rock climbing piece of rock called Mount Arapiles. Has anybody heard of Mount Arapiles? Well, that's called the organ pipes, and that's where I've trained up Mount Arapiles. That's at about about 600 feet, and you climb up with your hands and your legs, and you climb with your legs. You climb with your legs. You don't climb with your hands. You climb with your legs. So that's part of my climbing. This is in the disability hospital in Nepal, and that's the type of commitment you need to make when you're going to summit Mount Everest. Because Mount Everest is 8,840 metres, which is 29,038 feet. So planes fly at that height. When I summits that I've summited, sometimes planes fly over and you've got to bend down. No, you do. Believe me. I'm not lying. Yeah, well, a little bit. But otherwise, you'll hit it, you know. So, but the next one is the 1,000 steps. Now, this is not actually. Here's a funny story, and this is not a joke. I was going to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Everybody know Ellen DeGeneres? I was going to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and they just love me. And Ellen DeGeneres loves people with disabilities. And I had a phone call from Lauren Blackburn. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and 4 o'clock in the morning in Australia. And so she goes, "Hi, I'm Lauren from Ellen DeGeneres show." And you know what you say 4 o'clock in the morning if someone has an American accent and says, "Hey, I'm Lauren from the Ellen DeGeneres show." What do you say? We all know what we'd all say. That's what I said. And she goes, no, it's true, and look, I'll call you later on. And it was true. So my people and her people put this together. So when I'm at the back of the studio to come out to the Ellen DeGeneres show, they would play this. And take a look, because it's my Australian video. It's all my Australian, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, SBS, ABC. It's everywhere around the country. So have a bit of a crack. Play this a little bit.
Set to make history climbing Mount Everest.
After being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 13...
Even walking can be tough for him.
Melbourne man Bobby Bajram
this month conquered the 5,500-metre peak of Nepal's Mount Kalapata.
...is out to prove his doctors wrong
by becoming the first person to conquer Mount Everest with multiple sclerosis.
Putting his life at risk, he's ignoring medical advice to show disability sufferers anything is possible.
I've got multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed at 13 years old.
I'm 52 now. I spend about 4 to 6 months a year either in a wheelchair, walking sticks, or I can't get out of bed. I've got severe remitting relapsing MS. I'm climbing Mount Everest in 2021, and the rest is history. I asked them, am I going to die? They told me they don't know. And I went, well, before I do, I'm going to climb to the top of the world and see the blue sky. And I made a promise to myself. My name is Bobby Bajram. I have MS. I'm legally blind. My body's broken, and I'm going to climb Mount Everest. Yeah. Hi, Ellen DeGeneres. Bobby Bajram here from Australia. One of the most extreme athletes in the world with a disability. Climbed 3 mountains in the Himalayas. I want to do a little Ellen dance for you, so we can play it around the world to say for people with disabilities and our carers, good on ya. Everybody in America, everybody with a disability, have a crack, have a go, and hopefully we can see you on your show and look at a view. I'm at the top of Mount Lobichet that I just climbed, and look at it, it's stunning. So that's a beautiful thing. These are all the guys that helped me get up and down Mount Lobichet, and hard climb, but you know what? Don't have an ordinary day, have an Ellen DeGeneres day. See you later. I didn't go on Ellen DeGeneres because there was a lady called Jennifer Aniston that wanted to. Really? Me or Jennifer Aniston? Like, come on, that's a little bit like ridiculous, don't you think? But anyway, so be it. Their loss, not mine, not theirs. So, but you know what I was going to say. I've got another 3.5 hours to go. How are we doing? Any questions? Like, anybody got any questions so far that you'd like to ask me? Any questions at all? Yes.
Bobby, how do you keep going? You know, when you're in those moments where you're barely able to keep going. What motivates you, or what goes through your mind that enables you to keep pushing so hard?
Well, I mean, thanks for the question. What happens is a lot of the days I'm not functioning properly. So I say, you know what, I just got to push. I'm born with this extra resilient scenario. I can't sort of explain it, but it's a natural sort of thing where I just got to keep going. I've just got to keep going. I had a chat with a guy by the name of Usain Bolt. Everybody, Nitro Athletics was about 5 years ago. And he asked me the same question. But I didn't answer it. I said, because you have to, I'll invoice you if I answer it, Usain. So, you know what? I can't answer it. But it's just something in me that just got to keep going. Like, I was in hospital about 5 days ago. Like, there's my hospital band, and I just say, you know what? I want to live life. Like, I'm 58. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I've got people who've got 80 lesions with their MS. They died. I've got 350. So I'm here. I'm here. So I just want to have a bit of fun. I want to get drunk all the time with Monster and on mineral water and get out there and just, live. Like, I'm 58. I know 58's not old, but I've had a difficult time. So when I go for summits, not every summit that I've attempted, I've made. I've done. I've just got there at times. But I'm like, the hare and the rabbit, that sort of, I just slowly go there. And I just switch on. I know there's just a switch that just keeps me going. Like one of the mountains that you're going to see, which is a bit of Netflix footage, because they've done a promo on me. I had a broken ankle. My ankle was busted, and I climbed for 17 days with a busted ankle. And you can't walk from here to there with a busted ankle. I said, you know what, stuff it, I'm going to do it. And I did. So it's just something inbuilt into me. Like, there's no formula, no theory. It's just something in me that just got to keep going. I suppose it's like UbiCollaborate. Well, I want to be number one. Well, Moston makes everyone number one. You know, whatever businesses you're in, if you want to be number one, you make it number one, and you do what you've got to do to get there. And that's how I look at climbing. And you know, with me, it's not climbing; it's just having a bit of fun. Like people go, "You're crazy." Yeah, I am crazy. But it's just the fun aspect. It's the achievement aspect. You know, when I see those summits and I see all those beautiful mountains, you're in a world on your own. You're on the moon. Right? You're at thousands and thousands of feet, and it's just you're just standing there and going, "Wow." You know, so that's why I do it. Great question, and I love your second question. Why do you do this? Well, that's a great question. Did you hear that? She asked me, why do you do this, Bobby?
You're on my credit too.
Yeah, I am. I do this because people told me I couldn't. That's the whole thing to why I do this. They said, you're in a wheelchair. You can't walk, and you're going to climb mountains. No. And then I go, yeah, I want to. And that's why I do this. You know, just I make the seemingly impossible look possible. That's what I do. And so hopefully I'll do a good job at it, and hopefully I'll summit Mount Everest, you know. And I promised Boston, I said, when I'm at the summit, I will call him, you know, from Mount Everest and say, hey, I'm sitting on the top, I'm standing on the top of the world. And I'll take a picture and I'll put a big UB Park flag. I will. And I'll get it back to India straight away. Because I've got a big satellite sponsor called Pivotal. Now, Elon Musk is the opposition, but Pivotal I've had for 10 years. So that's what I'll do. But any other questions before, yeah, go on.
How do you think the message about MS is in Australia? How do you?
Well, I like that question. I've never heard that question before, but having MS, fair, and we thought the jokes put aside, and you know, all the laughter, it's shit, right? It's not a fun thing. And MS has got a different levels. It's having MS. You can be mild, a little bit worse. You can be severe. So there's a little bit, you know, little different bits of grades on it. So, I'll tell you what MS is. MS is, you know, when you plug in the TV or the video, you don't get it zapped. You don't get zapped because it's covered. The wires, the electric wires, are covered by rubber, right? And that insulates the zapping. So MS is multiple. So we've got billions and billions of nerves in our body, and what happens is, for some of that sclerosis hystericus, for some unknown reason, something attacks the tissue that covers the myelin, it's called myelin sheath, that insulates your nerves, and that eats it away and it exposes your nerves to the other nerves. So when you get two electric wires together, what happens? They short out, and that's what happens with MS. So, you know, I've got no myelin sheath on my body, and people go, well, how do you? I don't know. Like, I'm just one out of the box. But what actually happens is the nerves short, so to the brain, his engine room, the messages are blocked from the nerves to the brain to say walk, and it can't get there, and that's hence you end up in a wheelchair. So, and to answer your question, I love those two. I mean, I'm wearing my uniform that I'm wearing on Mount Everest. This is what my whole team's going to have. But I was going to wear my MS uniform, and I look at MS as magnificently super with a Superman cape. You know, MS. Those are the two letters that I relate to MS, and that's how I cope with it. You know, I'm always happy and cope with it. Yeah, it can get you if it wants to. MS is designed to depress you and then kill you.
No.
That's MS. That's what happens. But not me. Like, I'm here for another 3 hours, and I'll tell you about it. or 3.5 hours, or whatever it is. But that's it. So, how it's portrayed in Australia? everyone's got different theories on it. So, do you know someone with MS, do you?
Yeah, my aunt had MS pathway.
Okay, sorry to hear that. How?
She was similar to you in finding those things. She was a pre-Olympic horse rider.
Really?
She found that same passion.
Sure.
Noticed a big drive in people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the thing is, people say to me, you look so good. And I said, yeah, I know, I look, because I train. It's my job. I'm a professional disabled athlete. That's why I look good. It's not the boob job, it's not the toupee, it's not the facelift. It's just, this is feeding them blood, sweat and tears. And I am a bit bloated today for the simple fact I was very sick in hospital, and my doctors gave me a drug called methylprednisolone that bloats you up, that keeps you on your walking. They said, you want to walk or do you want to look really good, but you won't be, you'll be in a wheelchair. So I said, I want to walk, and I look a bit pudgy, like a little bit large. But so I just say the best medicine, not only for MS, but for everything, is move your body, work out, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a swim. Move. That's the best medicine. Now people say, what medicine do you take? I said, I just move my body. It's the best medicine that you can take. So that's what I do. So thanks for the question. Next, any more questions before we carry on? We only got 3 hours to go. Woohoo! Next, what's the next video? Oh yes, this is what this was. This is play it.
No, Bobby, come on, man.
This is it. I was in hospital for 2 months. I couldn't walk. And
get up there, mate. Come on.
Let me out of hospital for 2 months. I couldn't walk, and he goes, go to the 1,000 steps. I was itching to climb.
Okay, come on.
I said, no, I'm not gonna. And my carer come and pick me up, and they're my sponsors from my gym. So that's me going up the 1,000 steps the morning I got out of the Alfred Hospital. Look at me. And I was drunk, and you can't even tell. But yeah, that's me going up the I was in hospital for 2 months and I couldn't walk, and that's me. That was the first place I went to. I went to the 1,000 steps in Dandenongs to give it a crack. I couldn't do it, but look, I got there, you know, so that's the sort of resilience my brain has. And yeah, look, that's me. Like people go, no, bullshit. I said, yeah, look at me. You know, and that's what I was just dreaming about this day for 2 months. Going, I really want to go and walk, and there you go. I'm at the summit of the 1,000 steps. It's only 1,000 feet, but yeah, that's what happened. That's the sort of stuff I sort of try and make the seemingly impossible possible, and that's what I do. But that was in that's because the Alfred is my hospital. So, and I don't see my doctor anymore because he really got upset at me for that. I don't trust you anymore. Like, you don't listen to me. And so, no, he's great, Dr. Professor Helmut Buchskulen. But I go beyond. So I'm a little bit naughty in the sense that I will not take doctor's advice in a nice way. You know, it's not in a cunning way or in a nasty way, but like I went to the 1,000 steps, like you said, I did that, and then after that, about 2 weeks later, I ended up back in hospital, but that's another story. Now, let me tell you this. When you climb mountains, everybody's seen on the news the snake at the top of Mount Everest. There's a traffic jam. Has everybody seen that? Well, when you climb, when you climb big mountains, you don't climb during the day, you climb at night. Because during the day, the sun melts the snow, and avalanches, you'll die. Like and I've been in a couple of them myself. You know, I won't go into it because it's a little bit boring, it's a little bit eerie reliving it. But I know what it feels like. And so what the professional climbers, when you climb in big mountains, you climb at night. Now, if we want to play it and put it up, you can crunch it. Okay? It's frozen. That's at 4 o'clock in the morning at about 25,000 feet. And there's going to be no avalanches on that mountain because you're climbing at night. So it's crunch, so it's frozen. So that's why the safest thing is to actually climb during the night. People go, why do you climb at night? Because you don't have avalanches at night, but you have avalanches during the day because the sun melts the snow during the day. And it's now this is what happened here. This was when the Nepali government said you have to climb 3 of the tallest mountains in the world to get your Mount Everest permit and be there by 9 o'clock. Right, so here I am, I'm nearly at the summit of my 3rd tallest mountain. So go on. Nearly there, I'm buggered. I've got a broken ankle, my ankle's broken.
You do it, Bobby.
Bang, I'm dying now. Like my legs are gone, my arms are gone, and they're not allowed to touch you. If they touch you, it's an assisted climb, and it doesn't count. So they can look at me and say, come on, Bobby, and my team's up the top of the summit. I'm 10 metres away, and I can't, my body said, no way, my MS is gone, that's it. Enough's enough, you've gone as far as you can go, and that's it. And I'm blind, I can't see, I can't move my legs, I can't move my arms.
Last one, Bobby, come on, man.
And that's my expedition leader, Andrew. I go, mate, come on. And I'm trying to do, and I said, you know what? Come on, Bobby, and you got to get me to the top. Come on, Bobby, everybody. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Bobby, get me to the top. You've got to get me to the top. Come on, Bobby. Yes. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So that when I collapsed, yeah, I summited there, but it was about 8:55, and I made it at 8:58. You know, so they gave me my Everest permit. You know, so that was very, very lucky. But any questions? Any questions that we've got? We've got only 3 hours to go. Or 2 hours and 59 minutes. Any questions at all till we go to the next one? Yeah, go on.
Bobby, what were the other 2 mountains that you climbed?
I've climbed Mount Kalapatar twice.
Right.
I've done Mirror Peak, and I've been to base camp about 10 times up and down. So and Mount Kosciuszko. Yeah, right. You've got to throw in Mount Kosciuszko. I mean, it's like mentioning North Melbourne in the football. Like everybody loves North Melbourne. So yeah, it's because a guy by the name of Stephen Lee, who's an Olympic skier in 1984. I don't know if Stephen Lee at Falls Creek, because I was the ambassador of Falls Creek, and he said to me, "Have you climbed the tallest mountain in Australia?" And I went, no. And he goes, well, I think you better climb it. You're climbing the other tall mountains in the world, and you haven't done your own mountain in your own backyard. And hence I went to Mount Kosciuszko and walked up it backwards. So it's pretty easy. I did. It's pretty easy. Like, it's a pretty easy mountain to climb. But I had to climb it to say, yeah, I've climbed the tallest mountain in Australia. It's about 8,222 feet or something. So, but I did that. So now I'm going for the biggest, tallest mountain on the world. I will be the oldest person with a disability to ever summit Mount Everest. Hopefully I will. If I get sick, and I probably will, I'm not an idiot. You know, if my expedition leader and my doctors that are with me said no more, I'll turn back and go, I gave it my best shot, and that's it. You know. I gave it my best shot, and that's it, you know, and I'll just I'll go back down and so be it. So I'd love to summit Mount Everest, but who knows? You know, it's just one of those things where you don't know how my body's going to turn out, because it's unpredictable. MS is unpredictable. So I don't know what, where and how. But this is on the summit. There's Mount Everest. Yeah, you can touch it, and that's me.
Science. Well done, guys.
Yep, that's on the summit.
Awesome effort. Awesome effort.
World record. And it was a world record. It was a world record.
Top of the world.
There was a bit of a plug there, top of the world for fitness first, and Ubi Park. Did you hear that? But
Slowly, slowly.
oh yeah, we're going to see the Richmond Football Club there because they're one of my sponsors. Actually, Brendan Gale sponsored me about 6 years ago for 6 years, so they were very good. But I love all football teams. So yeah, so that was that. And one of the things, great question. Thanks for that. I thought no one was ever going to ask it. Once you summit a mountain, how do you get down? I love it. Thank you for asking that. 3 ways to get down. Lift, escalators, or abseil down. I chose abseiling down because there was no lifts and escalators up here. So abseil down, and this was 18 hours of abseiling, and that was steep. The vision doesn't do itself justice. And I'm buggered, and I've got my broken ankle.
Wide feet. Wide.
And you've got to do wide feet, because if you don't do wide feet, you'll fall over. You know, so it's Yeah. It's just crazy. And like when you go up there, it's every foot that I put in front of my other foot, I'm risking death. Yeah, it's death. Like, and it's not mucking around. Like I muck around and stuff, and that's how I stay positive. Even up there, I'm still mucking around, but it's death. You know, I'm sick. You know, I'm exhausted. It's all my doctors and my team is with me, but they can't really do much. You know, when you're there, if my MS gets me and stuff and things happen. So, but you know, you stay positive, and I reckon it's a good medicine. Being happy and having a bit of a muck around. Well, this keeps you nice and focused and positive.
Bobby, you got a question?
Yeah, yes.
Was that a smile because you were walking back, or it was just the face of the pain and like it seemed like a smile where you were walking back?
Oh, no, that was a smile.
An actual smile.
Yeah, no, that was an actual smile, because what it is, my sponsors who are Smiley dentists, because I've got false teeth, right, so I had to really make a beautiful set of teeth, and I said, I'll smile for you on the way back so you can mark it, just like they showed Ubi part. Look, with the pain, I'm in 24-hour pain. Like, I'm in so much pain. I'm in pain now. And I was talking to Ciara. Because she said, are you in pain? I'm in 24-hour pain. I was addicted to a medication, a drug, called pethidine. Pethidine is a manufactured drug, like heroin's not legal, but pethidine's legal. And it takes away your pain, and it's so good, it's really good. But I was addicted to that. And I don't have any drugs anymore or medications for my pain. I just said, you know, this is how I cope with it. I get the word pain, and I throw P that way, A that way, I that way, N that way, and I can't spell well, and S that way, and A over my head. So that's how I cope with my pain, because when I'm climbing, I'm in pain all the time. I'm in pain 24 hours a day. I'm in pain right now. You know, but I just love, you know, I said to Austin when we went in the limousine, I said, great limousine on the way there, Austin, I really appreciate it. And then we stopped at the helipad in the Yarra, and then we flew here in the helicopter, so that was good too. But we had a bit of a chat, and you know, it's like the happiness I get with talking to millions and millions of people. Look, the most people I've spoken to, one hit is about 30,000. Usually it's 5,000, 10,000 or 200, even if it's one person. You know, the happiness I get and the energy I get speaking to people is just priceless. And there was a true story. I was the ambassador of the Port City Lifesaving Club. Does everybody know lifesaving clubs? And one of the guys there said, oh, you're the famous Bobby, you're one of the best speakers in the country. I said, bite your tongue, mate, I'm one of the best speakers in the world, not just in the country. I said, that's ridiculous. And he goes, I'd like you to speak for me. And I said, you can't afford me. And he goes, I won't tell you who it is because you know. And he said, you can't afford me. And I said, it's priceless. He goes, mate, I'm so-and-so, I can afford anything. I said, well, you can't afford me. And he goes, how so? And I said, well, here I am at Rod Laver Arena, 18,000 people. I'm speaking and the energy's coming back and forth and it's fantastic. I said, that's priceless, mate. You can't afford my auntie, Queen Elizabeth, can't afford priceless. So I ended up speaking for him in High Sense Arena, had about 12,000 employees, and it was a great afternoon. I actually did speak for 2 hours. It wasn't a joke. I was going to speak for 4, but he goes, no, 2's great. But it was it's the happiness I get when I speak to people. That's what I said to Moston. I said, thanks, mate. Like, you couldn't hear me because the helicopter rotors were going. I said, Moston, thanks for letting me speak. And the helicopter rotors, it's very noisy in the helicopter. We didn't have the headphones on. So, but I think you got the message. This is medicine to me. You are all medicine. You know, it's just happiness, it's fun. I love it. You know, like I feel, you know, yes, I'm in pain a lot, but I don't feel that pain. You know, because I really feel privileged to be standing up here speaking to all you lovely people. Thanks for the clap, that's great.
Thanks, Bobby.
Question.
Yes.
On the way down, how do you deal with cold? When you're on the way up, you're making your own heat.
Yeah.
Are you 18 hours going down?
Yeah.
It's cold.
Well, what you do is you unzip and you take half the climbing suit off. So I walk down half, you know, for about 10 minutes because you'll freeze. So it'll be 10 minutes that I'll take it off and sort of get a bit of coolness. Because I'm sweating. Now that suit, you sweat in there. And I've got like just some Johnson thermals and thermal top, and that's it. You know, so that's what I do. Like it's all a procedure. It's all a procedure. So that's what happens. So that's you sleep in that suit, you do everything in that suit. You know, it's just that suit. So, but what was that? Any questions before? Yeah, yes.
How long does it take to actually get to the summit? How many days?
Well, with Mount Everest, I haven't been to the summit of Mount Everest. I'm going. Mount Everest will take about 12 days. 12 or 13 days, because what happens is you go from Lukla, you fly into Lukla and the runway's up, you know, so you land on the runway at 10,000 feet, so even Hillary dug it out, so you land on the Lukla runway, which it goes up, it does a little bit of a screech so it doesn't smash into the mountain, and then you climb from 10,000 feet to basically 20,000 feet at Mount Everest, and then you start going up Mount Everest. You go base camp, this is Mount Everest. Base camp, Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, Camp 4, and then there's a 12-hour walk to the summit, right? So but when you go up Everest, you go base camp, Camp 1, you come back down to base camp. Go back, base camp, Camp 1, back to base camp, Camp 1, Camp 2, back down to base camp. Base camp, Camp 1, Camp 2, back down to base camp. Then you go base camp, Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, and off you go. So all the mountains that I've climbed have been without oxygen, but I've gone up with oxygen to Mount Everest. So it's very, very dangerous. But anymore, because yes?
Bobby, how do you keep your team safe? It doesn't sound like you like essentially doctors.
No, my team are all Sherpas from Nepal. They're born there. So that I have the same team every time I climb. So we have the same team, and they keep each other safe. That's their own backyard. Like they are just the best guys in the world. You know, so we all have a bit of fun, but they keep me safe. You know, so when we're on the mountains, they're the bosses. You know, so there's rules, believe it or not. There are rules. But this is now Netflix. It's a Netflix series. So what happens is this is made for Netflix. So what this is because I've got the most amazing story in the world. You'll never hear anything like this. And that's the fact. So Netflix, let's get something going.
Sight
gone. This is the promo.
Inability to walk, inability to move my hands.
It's a real shit of a disease. It's a really bad one. A bit wobbly today, walking stick. Sometimes I'm with 2 walking sticks. Sometimes I'm in a wheelchair. This is the unpredictability of my disease. My doctor says to me, Bobby, don't forget this. You are permanently injured. You don't heal. Don't forget that. My name's Bobby Bajram, and in 1 year's time, I'm going to be the oldest person ever to summit Mount Everest with a disability. My body is a red Ferrari, but with a bad electrical system. You go, wow, look at that red Ferrari park. But when you go to turn on the ignition, it's not starting because the electrical system is done. That's what MS is basically. My doctors, they all say, don't do Everest, don't do this, don't do that, you're gonna die, it's gonna be fatal. It's minus 40 degrees, it's dangerous. Every step you take could be death. But I've had this disease for 45 years. I have a mountain to climb, so see you at the summit. But, any questions before? Yes?
How do you train for that? Like
I was just talking to Mostyn about it. Yeah. What happened, Jenny Ryan is one of my sponsors who owns Jaco, and I train on the sand a lot because the sand is like training on the snow. So very similar situations. And so what happens is, for instance, a day in training, if I can go like this, I'll train. If I can walk, I'll train. I'll go for a walk on the beach. I'll go into the gym and try and do some leg presses, and so I'll just do something. So I train, and when I'm right, I'll go up to a mountain called Mount Bogon. Do you know Mount Bogon in the Victorian Alps, about the top? I'll go up there. I've been up in there about 100 times. It's about endurance. So I'll go to the gym and get my everything muscly and powerful. Then I'll get my endurance up by training on the sand. And that's how I train. Or I'll go to Nepal and train at base camp, go up and down to base camp. To go to Mount Everest from Lukla is about 8 to 10 days, so I'll go up and down. So I'll be there for a couple of months, just going up and down to base camp, just to get the endurance, and that's how I train. And the rest of the time I just look at myself in the mirror and go, wow! Wow! So that's how I train. But any more questions? Because this last video, and then I'll let you go. This last video is my worldwide international launch, my Mount Everest launch, and it's Channel 9 did this, so I just thought I'd. My books, these are my international bios, right, and these go around the world. So take a book for you. There's a donation in there if you want to. If you don't, no worries. There's a QR code there. But this book just tells you about my story. And You know, I'm doing this for Australia to say, you know what, I have a serious disability, but you know, I'm gonna try my best, you know, to summit Mount Everest, and hopefully I'll get there. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. You know, at least I gave it a crack, basically. You know, so. That's what I do. I just give things a go, and if it doesn't work out, well, I've tried my best. As long as you try your best, I reckon that'll be good. I'd love to stand on the summit, and I'll do everything in my power to stand on the summit. But you know, if I can't, so be it. You know, I gave it a best shot, and that's all you can do. But thanks for listening. And can I just say one more thing? Can we have a photo all together? So I can put it on because we'll go to meetings of people with the best looking audience I've ever spoken to. Oh my God, I thought I was really good looking. I feel intimidated. What, I'm going to my stand, oh my God, he's going, what? I said, I'm not the best looking here anymore.
Maybe we can do it in front of the...
Yeah, so we can do it there. And you know what, can we take the photo after the standing ovation that you're going to do?